please. Okay, wait, come on. I have to get something to drink, and then I'm going to tell you a story. Hold on. I'm going to tell you a story, and every word of it's true. I promise. Okay, so in the 60s, Sonny and I were very famous, and yes. And then our career took a nosedive, and we had no money and no job, and we owed the government $278,000. Like you do. And so Son said, you're going to put on a dress, and I'm going to put on a tux, and we're going to play dinner theaters. And I thought, oh my God, dinner theaters. You know, limousines, and velvet ropes, and long gowns, but that's not what happened. It was terrible. Our dinner theaters were kind of more like strippers and hookers, and yeah. But they weren't that nice. Okay, they were pretty terrible. The first one was the Elmwood Casino, and so we played 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week, and the first show was the dinner show, and the people were okay because they were eating, you know, so it would be like eating, God they suck, eating. And then the midnight show, when the 4 people showed up, that was kind of worse because they hated us. And I kept thinking, you know, if they get drunk enough, we should really seem very, very talented, but it never worked. So anyway, one night I got pissed, and I turned around and I was trying to make the band laugh, and Sonny thought I was hysterical, and we started making each other laugh, and I don't know if you saw the Sonny and Cher show, but... So those monologues were the ones we made up in those horrible dicey clubs. And so when Sonny and I broke up, I just used that as, you know, it was the only way I knew how to make up something to talk to you guys about. And so I would make up something, and if someone laughed, I would keep it, and if they didn't, I would kick it to the curb. But then, just a little while ago, I don't know, it just didn't work. So then I had this other idea, and it seems to be working quite well. I tell everybody about the 2 nights it took me to turn 40. By Cher. Okay, so it was the night of May the 19th, and I was at my favorite club, Heartbreak in New York, and I was with my best friend Paulette, and we were kind of perched on these big hats, like red leather big hats, you know, like this. And my dress was up to here, and my shirt was down to there. And I kept thinking, oh my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot. Okay, well I was kind of a superficial 40, but whatever. So also, I was about to make a movie. I was about to make Moonstruck with Nicky Cage. Yes. So I was about to work with Nicky Cage, and he was, you know, he was 21, but no one said, oh my God, keep her away from the child. Actually, I look better than he did. Wonderful time, and we're just looking around, and I was having a beer. I don't even drink, but I just wanted to seem grown up, but of course I was. So anyway, I turned my head, you know, looking in my excitement, and I turned my head and I think, whoa, geez. So I turned to Polly, and the women will know this immediately, and I turned to Polly and I said, Polly, don't look now. Don't look now, but there's the cutest guy I've ever seen over my right shoulder. And Polly goes, where? I don't see, oh my God, he is cute. So I punched her in the arm. Anyway, his name was Robert Campoletti, and that's another story. So all night long we were flirting with each other, but it just didn't, we weren't connecting, so I just thought, you know, to hell with this, I'm going home. So I did, and I had been staying in my friend's hotel. My wonderful friend who just got out of Jail. No, it's not jail. Jail is when you stay for a short time, prison is when you stay for a long time. So he just got out of prison. So anyway, oh, he's wonderful too, I love him. It was, tax evasion, like you do. And and he was letting me stay at his fabulous hotel. He had owned Street of 54 as well. So anyway, I went to sleep, dreaming fabulous dreams of being 40. And then I woke up in the morning and there was a man on the phone and he said hello, and I said hello. And so I'm going to tell you what his name is, but I don't want any clapping, okay? Just trust me. No clapping, not even up. Okay, nothing. So his name was George Miller, and he was the director of Witches of Eastwick. Witches of Eastwick, yeah, okay. And yeah, so no clapping still. So, and he said, hi, I said, hi. And he said, I just wanted to let you know that I don't want you in my movie, and Jack Nicholson, and I think that you're too old and you're not sexy. Yes. Right, so, good morning, 40. So it was terrible. I wanted that movie really badly, and so tears just started streaming down my face, but I didn't want him to know, so I was kind of like biting the inside of my cheek. And usually in Hollywood, when people, when they insult you, they usually hang up. But he's from Australia, so he didn't stop, and he kept, I don't like your face, I don't like your voice, I hate the way you laugh. And so finally I just said, look, you fucker. You didn't find me under a rock. I've been nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. Yes, and I won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Mask. So, click. But anyway, all right, but my tears were still streaming down my face. I kind of looked like Madonna, like, not the blonde one, the real one. And they were they're beautiful tears. They're the tears that actresses pray for, because you don't have to make a squinchy face. I did it once in Moonstruck, just one little tear went down my face. Anyway, so then I thought, you're really upset, you didn't get this job, and you're thinking you have great tears, you're sick, and I'm not talking to you anymore. Okay, so at that point, my kids and two bellmen came in, and they were singing, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Mom, happy birthday to you. And then they looked at me and they said, Mom, what's the matter, you're crying? And I went, well, sometimes when women get to be a certain age and they're very happy, they cry from happiness. And they bought it, and I said, okay, we'll do the cake later. All right. Oh shit, okay, I forgot something. All right, so I usually come here when I forget. So I was staying at my wonderful friend's hotel, but I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. Like you do. Okay, there's another one too. This is a bigger one. Okay, I promise this will make sense, but just follow with me, okay? Because it's gonna seem weird. All right, so since the beginning of David Letterman's show, just follow. The beginning of David Letterman's show, he had wanted me to be on it, and I just never wanted to, and now I can go all the way back here because I'm caught up. Okay. So, 3 days before my birthday, the producer called and said, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, I would love to for $28,000. And they said, well, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. So the guy hung up, and then 20 minutes later he called me and he said, okay, we'll give you $28,000. And I went, cha-ching. And so he said, while we're on the telephone, Cher, could you just tell me why you've never wanted to do the show? And I said, well, because David's very smart and he's very funny, but if he doesn't like a guest, he can be a real asshole. So the producer agreed with me and we hung up. So it was the night of my birthday, May the 20th, and so I go on and I was dressed, I don't even know what I thought. I just was dressed like a bag lady. All right, so we sit down, and he's being funny, and I'm being funny, and he's being funny, and I'm being funnier. And then he said, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to come on my show? And my head exploded, because in those days, it was the 80s, you couldn't say that word, and I couldn't lie, because if I did, then the interview would be screwed. And as I'm thinking all this stuff and like my head is going crazy, out of my mouth without my knowledge goes, because I thought you were an asshole. It was insane. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years. And I know he was. But we became friends, and it was all right. And he's a quite interesting guy. So on my last birthday, he sent me a beautiful card, and he wrote on it in script. Okay, script is a thing we used to do, and it's curly. We do it on paper with a pen, and you're never gonna need it. Okay. So, but at the bottom of this beautiful card written in script was P.S. My mom always likes Sunny best. So, I don't know, I think he's harboring. Anyway, so that was then, and I was 40, and this is now, and I'm not 40. And when I say my age, people always clap. And I didn't think about it until last night. Well, that's not true, I thought about it all the time. But I didn't think about it in this particular way. Because when I say my age, everyone claps. And then I thought, well shit, yes, of course they should clap. I'm running up and down here, busting my ass. Yes, of course that's the way it should be. All right, I'm going to start this thing now, but I just have one thing to say, and that is, what's your granny doing tonight?